Hey garden friend, do you have a garden shed that needs a makeover? Today I'm turning my plain garden shed into a cozy cottage style retreat using only thrifted finds and a few simple touches. No paint, no big makeover, just budget friendly styling that makes this shed feel warm and charming. Let me show you how easy it is to bring cottage style into your garden shed with secondhand treasures. So if you're ready, let's go, shall we? Here's my little garden shed, and it's, needs a little help. These are some epimediums here, and it's, needs a bit of a cleanup, so we're going to get to that today. And here's this mock orange, and that needs some major pruning. And we'll come around here, and we'll take a look inside my garden shed. This mock orange shrub is out of control, and I've had this decor up here for many years. But let's take a look inside. Let's see what's happening here. It's kind of a mishmash. So let's take a closer look at what I've got going on here. It is a little disorganized, but we're going to get it together. I'm going to hang some cozy cottage style curtains on this window here. And we'll take a look around at some other things that I think I might do. These boards up here provide storage for my patio cushions over the winter, and I store them up there. And these shelving units are a little utilitarian. However, they will suffice. So this is what I've got, and I will be changing a few things around, and let's get started. My plan is to put a curtain up here on this window, and I will be taking all of these items out. As I said before, I've got a toolbox there that I've used for a while, and here's a shelf, and I think that'll work. I mean, I'm okay with it. And I don't want anything too fancy. So I'm going to organize this area as well. I do have a stand that I will be using that is better suited for this area. And I am going to make it cozy. And I hope you're going to enjoy this video. So one last look at the entryway here, and then we can swing around and take a look at the before and and we'll see what we can do with this. I think it's going to turn out great. So I went and pulled most of these items out. Some of this will be rearranged. My brother's helping me, which I'm super grateful for. And actually, we're having a great time with this. Look at that. He's even up on the roof. Well, it's kind of amazing how much stuff can get stashed into a garden shed. Some of these items I am going to be reorganizing and putting back in the shed. And some of them I will be discarding or using for other projects. I'm amazed at how much stuff is in that shed. Do you have a lot of items in your shed that you didn't know were there? Oh my goodness. Here we go. Let's get started, shall we? Let's take a look inside the shed and see how I've restyled it using only thrifted items. We'll start here before we enter, and I've made a couple of changes. So let's start with the beautiful little entryway I've created here. This is a limelight hydrangea, and I've got my topiary here with my darling little angel that's watching over the shed. And I just put a piece of lattice up here. Now I've just got this leaning up. I don't really have it situated to where it's a permanent structure or anything. But there's an area back there that, you know, is not looking so hot. So I put that there, and I've got this little pull wagon here that I think is darling. And I've got a couple of potted plants in it. So that was pretty easily done, and I just put some mulch down here. So I'm planning on changing out these door handles, but let's step inside and we will see how it's changed. Ta-da! Here we go, coming through here. Now I have this great tool chest here that I'm using as a potting station. And this is the only light that I have in here, so it's a battery-operated light. And I've decided to put my teapot there and some other wall hangings. These were gifted to me from my friend Nancy, and I thought they were appropriate. And this basket hanging situation is a metal rack. And these items here have all been thrifted, and this other wall hanging here is somewhat inspirational. It says, try something new every day. And that's my great battery-operated lawnmower there. It just pops up in minutes flat. But what do you think here on this? I've got these curtains here that I've hung up, and these corbel style brackets for this rod holder. And then I've taken my outdoor patio table and just put some necessities on this. And I've got some beautiful pansies. Aren't those gorgeous? And so I'm pretty happy with how these little curtains look. And these baskets keep everything up off the floor and out of the way. And then I've got my chair here for just a small seating area. Nothing too fancy. And my pegboard here. Now, this has been a wonderful for organization, and that's looking pretty good. And I've got my awesome pop-up pole wagon here that's great for garden events that I go to. And here is the shelving unit squared away and a little more organized. And I'm pretty happy with how this has turned out. Now this rug here is from outside on my patio. And I've got these sweet little lanterns here. And then those boards up there will hold my patio cushions, and another lantern there. And I've got this great organizing tool caddy that is just perfect. Now this is a homemade item from my next door neighbor, and he put this together with 1x4s, 1x1s, 1x2s, and I've got my long-handled tools, including this Grandpa's weeder. I've got a link down below for that and some other items here, and I've also got a link to a tool caddy, and this is my Schneebauer spade. And this also, there's a Dutch hoe here, and that's a Schneebauer tool, but this is my Bulldog. And this is a digging fork that I've had for many years that is fantastic. And this is from Red Pig Tools. Now, that's a company in Oregon. They forge their own tools, and it's been an awesome company to deal with. And so there you go for my shed reveal. What do you think? Let me know in the comments. And I've got just a little bit of bling here. My intention is to use some battery operated lights and showcase this little bling from my dear friend Nancy, and behind it is that metal rack that I've hung up. I love it. But first I thought we would take a look outside and see what I've done in front of the shed, including the plants and how I've styled it out in front. So let's take a look. What a difference a day makes. Now this mock orange has been pruned back, as you saw earlier in the video. And coming around here is my flower bed. Yay! I love how this looks. And I added a few plants to this area just to fill in. On the left here, the purple flowers. This is my agastache. And this shutter here and my beautiful dragonfly there. And my flower box has been put back up with just a few small flowers in it. Not too much, but just a few flowers. Those are daisies. And in the front there is epimediums and sarcococca. And look at my weather vane has been straightened out. My brother helped me with that. Oh, it was wonderful. And in the back there is that beautiful nepeta that I love so much. And all these other plants that have filled in. There's the epimediums in front there. And look at my planter box, or my planter stand, I should say, that I just did the other day. And pop that in there. And off to the left here is a seating area that I can enjoy that small little shed garden with my umbrella underneath the tree. And I love it. I think this came together very well. Adding these extra plants in here has really helped make it a little more lush. I hope this has given you some inspiration for your own garden shed makeover. I hope you're having a great gardening day, and I'll catch you in the next one.